For the sake of the body of Christ, I thought to bring some clarity to a lot of misleading news out there online about the Mercy Chinwo brand. A man said I sued him, came online, made videos to tarnish my image. He looked at me and said, I made you who you are and I will destroy you.
With your wisdom as one who began music industry, you've ventured into it. Can you throw more light on what happened between Mercy? In your opinion, what happened between them? And what would you say?
Okay. And the truth there is, if you come to what happened between EeZee Concept and Mercy Chinwo, the truth is everything EeZee was saying was detailed on the contract. All right?
Okay.
Was detailed on the contract. I don't know whether Mercy had any lawyer that looked at the contract before signing. Because, I believe that when Mercy came up and all that, most of people then, I would say, just want to sing. I want to sing. I want my music to be heard.
Yeah.
I just want to sing. I want my music. And this guy has a structure, has the finances, it has the connect to push my music. And in most cases, they just assign. Most of the time, they don't read through. What is playing out right now is, I would say, morality versus contract. All right.
Yeah.
Because morality, emotion, and contract is in this thing. I watched a video about what Mercy Chinwo said.
Yeah.
And I think in the video, she was crying.
Okay. Yeah.
She was saying a lot of things.
Hello, welcome to Question No Podcast, a segment of podcasts that we question everything about the church, the African community, and families. And today is not going to be an exemption because it's going to be a wonderful and amazing time here on Question No Podcast. And in the house today, I have a very good, intelligent, and young-looking young man, Mr. Praise Okoye. Mr. Praise Okoye is an experienced digital marketer. He is a producer and a rapper, a gospel rapper. And he has vast knowledge when it comes to the space of ICT. The AI world is very experienced. So I'll allow him introduce himself at this point. Please, I'm with me too.
Okay, thank you so very much, Ubong.
Thank you, sir,
for having me here today.
Yeah.
And also thank Question No Podcast Leadership for also having me here today.
You're welcome, sir.
My name is Praise Okoye, and I think you already introduced me. So, like you said, I'm into tech. I'm an ICT expert. All right. I do music. I love music. I've made a couple of records. I think when I was quite around my early 20s, anyways.
Wow.
I was able to feature in the then biggest auditorium in the whole world.
Wow.
So I've traveled to several states doing music when I was like 18, 20, 21,
Wow.
22. I didn't stop anyways. I'm still making music here.
Great one.
It's just that I'm exploring the business aspect of it to understand how that part also works. I'm also a leadership expert, certified leadership expert.
That's true.
And practicing human resource personnel.
Wow.
So a couple of things put together.
Wow. Great one. He is a graduate of Mold Leadership Academy, one of the most rising leadership institution in Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir, for coming around. All right. So in line with that, you heard Mr. Praise mention that he has done music and is into the business aspects of music, bringing us to the topic of what we're about to discuss today, which is balancing music ministry and music industry. Balancing music ministry and music industry. All right. In line, we will take so much example from what is happening with the famous Mercy Chinwo and EeZee Concept. We'll use that so much in our discussion and our conversation today. So let me kick this off and then I'll roll the ball to you.
Okay.
So
okay.
I think what the church have really imbibed over the years is music ministry, and which is good.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yes.
And then the church has failed to recognize the place of music industry where we can strike a balance between them and help our church guys, our church instrumentalists and vocalists or choristers to know what it means to do both and still make sense. So, sir, what will you say is the difference or the similarities between music industry and music ministry?
Okay, the similarity is the music. All right.
Sharp. The word music there,
The
right?
similarity is the music.
Okay.
All right.
Mm.
But the distinction is the industry and the ministry.
Mm.
The industry guys are more business oriented than the ministry guys.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I will call Christian. Well, there is something that, most of the music ministers, the rising music ministers anyway, they fail to like study. The industry is the business.
Wow.
That's the business.
Please, say that again. Rewind.
The music industry
is the business.
And as a matter of fact, one of the things every artist, young artist currently, Christian artist should do is to understand how this business works. Because ignorance is not an excuse. If you don't know
True.
how a thing works, it can't work in your hands. It's
I
as
agree.
simple as that. If you don't know how a thing works, it can't work in your hand. And I've been privileged to play some advisory role, okay, in the career of some artists. I wouldn't call it management role, even though that's the way they saw it.
Okay.
But I call it advisory role because I'm seeing it from the professional perspective. Why I say advisory role is we never signed any legal contract.
Oh.
So if you signed a legal contract, I will say I am your manager.
Okay,
right?
that goes well.
You understand? So for the music ministry is a very wonderful one. I hear the likes of Dunsin Oyekan, I hear the likes of Pastor Nathaniel Bassi, and some of them that say this is the format God gave me. This is the format God gave me. Most of them say they don't charge when they go for ministration. Is the format God gave them. They are dealing with God, and you're dealing with God is not the same thing. All right.
Yes.
Some of them that have that format, maybe I'm not saying this, and before I like to put a disclaimer out there. All right. Everything I'm saying is not a legal advice. I'm speaking for informative purpose for someone that I've experienced, that someone that I've researched, someone that I've had experience, and also guided some persons.
Yeah.
All right. So I feel like most people that are springing up from church, they build it round about ministry. Church is a great thing, but understand that you're definitely going to interact with the people in the world,
which if you're outside the church.
Yes, most of the people that are blogging your music, most of the people that are marketing your music, most of the people that are even going to do your music videos, most of the people that are going to produce your videos, your songs are not church people. It's business. So you need to understand that, sometimes I like to describe some of them, not all of them, as, this part where the Bible says some have zeal, but no knowledge. Right? People have zeal, but no knowledge. Yeah, they can be zealous, but no knowledge. So I feel like if you are, music ministry is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing, but you should understand that your music is not for the church alone. It's for the world. So for you to even integrate very well into that particular word, you need to understand the business. Business is not, there is no, would I say, there is no bad thing about the business.
Yes.
Some people from the Christian ministry or music ministry, right? They are seeing
the business as a sin.
As a sin. I don't want to get involved in all this.
Yes.
That is the reason why most of them, when they get out, they make some mistake that they cannot take
Serious
back.
blunders.
I could remember years ago when I was 18, yes. When I was 18, if I call the name of this guy, he owns a record label. If I call the name, like literally people that are listening will know, but I wouldn't like to call names. But he's a brother to a very popular Nigerian artist, which is currently, I think he's serving in the government capacity right now. So he gave me a contract. Like I said, I made music. Like I started music when I was in secondary school.
Wow.
The first song I recorded, I used like all my savings to record that song.
How did it turn out?
I'm telling you, I don't even know where this one is. But that first song I recorded, I think I was 15. Yes, I was 15.
Wow.
Yes.
Quite early.
So I recorded that song. with a friend. I think the name of that song is Amarachi. And as we progressed, we started a team. Later the team stopped and all that. I started rising, started writing, started doing my thing, pushing myself and all that. And I could say one of the things I didn't really learn then was the business. I didn't learn the business, and all that. But thank God that I'm seeing some things now. I'm learning. I've been studying and all that, especially when I did my administration at the 50,000 capacity. Then when it was the biggest in the whole world, the thing went viral because it was aired around the world. All right. And before I even go back to Onitsha, because that is where I was as at then. Before I even go back to Onitsha, man, I had like plenty invitations waiting for me. Like I traveled and traveled and traveled and traveled.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
But as I begin to grow, begin to come of age, I started noticing that there are some people that you don't know, but they are the ones that are controlling this music thing.
Seriously.
There are people that if they do like this, your music will be off the stream platform. So remove it. So
Okay, sir. Let me bring us to what really happened between. Can you throw light with your experience and from what you've read so far on the internet space, with your wisdom as one who began music industry, you've ventured into it. Can you throw more light on what happened between Mercy, in your opinion? What happened between them, and what would you say?
okay. 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 So now, please, as I answer this particular question, I like to say something. I am not dead to feelings. All right. I'm emotional, but some things warrants that when dealing with them, you have to put your emotions aside and speak the truth. All right. And the truth there is, if you come to what happened between EeZee Concept and Mercy Chinwo, the truth is everything EeZee was saying was detailed on the contract. All right.
Okay.
Was detailed on the contract. Just like I was saying, the guy that gave me a contract, I was like, thank God,
Okay.
I had this. There was this popular pastor in Onitsha. We became very close. He took me as a son.
Okay.
The man told me already that this guy likes my songs. I made some songs then, original songs. He said this guy likes my songs and probably he might give me a deal. Like if he gives me a deal, he said, don't sign that deal inside that studio. Bring it home. Let's look at it. And let's go get a lawyer to look at the deal. You know why he told me this? This man was someone that started music early enough. He made a lot of money from music, but a wrong contract messed up a lot of things. Like a wrong contract is signed, messed up some things. So, having said that, coming back to what the thing between EeZee and Mercy Chinwo, I don't know whether Mercy had any lawyer that looked at the contract before signing. Because, I believe that when Mercy came up and all that, most of people then, I would say, just want to sing. I want to sing. I want my music to be heard.
Yeah.
I just want to sing. I want my music. And this guy has a structure, has the finances. It has the connect to push my music. And in most cases, they just assign. Most of the time, they don't read through. That is why my advice to every young artist currently is before you get a manager, get a lawyer.
Wow.
Before you get a manager,
get a lawyer.
Get a lawyer. Because now, what is playing out right now is, I would say, morality versus contract. All right. Because morality, emotion, and contract is in this thing. I watched a video about what Mercy Chinwo said.
Yeah.
And I think in the video, she was crying.
Okay. Yeah.
She was saying a lot of things. Now, like I said, I'm not dead to emotion, but what the contract states is...
Sir, in that video, she stated that there was a forge of the year she was supposed to end.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So, what the forge?
Okay. Now, the forge.
Yes.
Before we even got to that point.
Okay.
There was a time they talked about finances. EeZee now spelled out how much? I think over $600,000, $600 plus.
Okay.
That has been given to Mercy Chinwo. And another thing that also came up is that Mercy wanted to take the masters, the catalog, the rights to the music. All right, which if you are talking from the contract point, it's not possible. All right.
So EeZee Concept own the master.
EeZee Concept owns the masters. Now, when you come to contract, there are two particular types of contract, two basic type of contract. We have 360 and we have distribution contract. So when we talk about 360, the label owns everything. The label owns the copyright to the song, the label owns the catalog and all that. But when you come to distribution, the label don't own the copyright to the songs. What the label does is they just distribute your song for you. Then they collect a particular amount. You fund your production. Get your songs ready and everything. The only thing they do is they distribute. Why do people use label most time to distribute? Because putting your song on Spotify is not enough. The songs don't market themselves. Songs don't promote themselves. Now, record label have all these connects. They can make your song blow like in a short while. So that's the distribution deal. Some of the guys, okay, I'll just like to call, there's a guy called Lona right now.
Okay.
He's doing that with Chord Group. All right. Chord Group is a management brand and the deal they have is distribution, just distribution. Okay. So I think young artists too should understand
these things.
Should know these things. Now, when you are given a contract, look at the contract. One of the things that is spelled out in that contract is ownership of the content, ownership of the song. It's part of I think last year, February, I managed the project that was in Lagos. Okay. From the start to the finish, I was one managing the product, the project rather. It was an artist I sourced for, I got the artist, and we had to go to Lagos to do a production. I managed. I read through the contract page to page. So it's more like every artist should read, not just read. Get somebody, even if he's a lawyer, get a lawyer to look at that. There is something that is spelled out, ownership. You are seeing this thing because once you are going to sign up with a record label, under that ownership, they will tell you that every song you produce during your duration under this label belongs to the record label, which is the obtainable practice in the industry.
So is there any way someone can kick against that?
Like there is no way to kick against that.
Is there any other option apart from that? Because, sir, I went back till when Mercy Chinwo left EeZee Concept, and I found out that when she goes to administration, she does not sing those old songs.
Yes, the songs belongs to the label. All right. Okay, you know why
is it not supposed to be Christian songs?
Now what? That is the thing. That is the reason why I said, see, morality and this contract thing. Okay, let me ask you a question, right?
Okay, yeah.
Now, when Pastor Ezekiel Latang of his blessed memory wanted to build God's house of refuge, I believe there are contractors that he called. They sat down and they wrote a contract. Is it a Christian contract or is it a contract?
It's a contract.
It's a contract. Now, I want you to understand this.
Yeah,
it's a contract.
It's a contract. And
everything. Contract is a binding agreement legally between two people. And on that contract, things that you do are spelled out. I something came to my mind when I was thinking through about this session. And I said, the reason why Jacob suffered in the hands of Laban, there was no agreement. Jacob served 7 years, right?
Yeah.
And they said verbal agreement. And they said that he said he will give Jacob the daughter, right? And at the end of 7 years,
he gave the wrong daughter.
Give the wrong one. Jacob had to serve
another.
Jacob would have gotten the other one that he served for if there was a written agreement and he took it to probably elders. Jacob would have gotten it.
Yeah.
But there was no agreement. So everything playing out right now between EeZee and Mercy Chinwo, me, I always say on the side of the law, right? Now, this Mercy can't perform those songs because those songs belongs to the record label. The song she can do is the song she recorded outside the record label.
But sir, something just came to my mind now.
Okay.
Why is it that Mercy Chinwo, if she sings the song, she will be charged or somehow she can sing them, but someone else can sing their songs.
Okay, somebody else can sing the song in everywhere because the person does not have a legal contract with EeZee Concept. There's no legal contract with EeZee Concept. The person can sing the song in ministrations and all that because there's no legal contract binding the person and EeZee Concept. But Mercy Chinwo has a legal contract binding them. Now, this thing, right? This thing also boils down to having a good relationship. Because most times, the project I manage, the owners are not necessarily in Nigeria. They're not in Nigeria anyway. So most times you have conference meetings. Some of them are in UK, some of them are in US. So we talk. These guys have done music far back.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot from them. And one of the things the CEO said, he said something, what kills artists' career is lack of good relationship with the label. Now, GUC is done with EeZee Concept.
Yeah, GUC is done.
GUC can do his song anywhere. There's a good relationship.
I think even amidst this saga, EeZee Concept posted his song on their page.
GUC can do his song anywhere because there's a good relationship. Trust me, a lot of things will be written off for artists based on a good relationship. I can remember, let me cite for instance, one of the top business empires in Nigeria is Maven's record. All right? Most guys that have left him, that they are done with him, he tell them, take 100% of your royalties. On a normal, it's supposed to be split at 50-50. But when they are going, because of the good relationship, Jazzy will say, take everything, take all these things. Because of good relationship. That is why the battles you don't fight is as good as one.
Say that again.
The battles you don't fight is as good as one. Most times you got to play the fool. That's the thing. But make sure there is a good relationship. If there is a good relationship, all these things won't be coming up. I'm just telling the truth. And also, like I said, I'm not dead to emotion, so I also balance myself. Some things that Mercy was saying are hurtful things anyways. I wouldn't say they are true or not. I was never employed. I was not working with EeZee Concept. But, when people are saying things and they are crying, I know that, yes, some of those can be true. Some of those can be true. Now, in terms of morality, in terms of the faith, where we come from, some of the words that EeZee might have told her are not supposed to. Because before the industry, we represent a faith.
When he says, I make you, I will destroy you.
Yeah. God is the maker of men. Men don't make men. Men are just channels. Right? And if God wants to make a man and he's trying to use this person, and this person is not responsible, he can pick another person. God can make a donkey talk.
Yeah.
Just to get his message across. So nobody makes men, but God uses people to make men. God is the lifter of men. Bible says, I'll look unto the hills where my help comes from. It comes from the Lord. But the channel might not be God. The channel can be man, but the source is God. The channel is man, but the source is God. Right? So, but when those hurtful words, I am not in support of those hurtful words because it's not a good thing. It's not supposed to be heard of. Bible says we should be examples in speech, in conduct. So these are the front leaders. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So there should be that example there. I don't know whether, is it God angry or all those things, but I'm balancing myself. Yeah. I'm not for, I'm not against. I'm just trying to also shed light for people that are, coming up, want to sign a contract and all that. That contract I was given, I didn't sign it. I said, let me take this contract outside. He said, no, you have to sign. I didn't sign it because if you put your pen to that and you don't understand the whole thing, then you might be signing out the next 5 years of your life or even your entire life. So,
all right. So, thank you guys for watching thus far. You may have a contribution to comment and just drop on the comment section. Why not click and subscribe to our channel? Also, drop what you think about Mercy Chinwo and EeZee Concept saga. And then we would like to hear from your point of view. Let me come back to Mr. Praise. Sir, you've said so much. And what do you think if you were in the shoes of Mercy Chinwo, that these were said to you and maybe you did not know that you maybe signed a wrong deal. What would be your next step now? Someone might be watching this clip now, this podcast now, and the person made a wrong deal. What do you advise such person?
Okay, so my advice is when you find out that probably this deal is not really in your favor, don't try to come at the label aggressively, or don't try to probably use force or legal means to come against them. No. As of this morning, I saw a post on Dr. Stephen Akintayo's page. You might know Dr. Stephen Akintayo's page.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Dr. Stephen Akintayo's page. He visited Mercy Chinwo and EeZee, and they've agreed to settle. Now,
of recent,
this morning, I'm
Are
telling
you
you, this
serious?
morning, I'm an ICT person, I'm a tech person, so, and also I'm into the social media space, so I follow up this news a lot. All right, so this morning, that the news sufficed this morning. Okay, now they've agreed to settle. Now, if you make a wrong deal, what I would advise is don't come at the label. Try to have good relationship first of all. Most times, if nobody can use you, then you are useless. That's just the thing. If they can't use you, you're not useful. Now, another thing you try to do is wait until your time duration with the label expires.
Okay.
Then probably at the end of that, you could get you could have a roundtable talk with the label. You could get a lawyer if that is necessary. But like I said, don't come at them. Maintain your good relationship. If you have a great relationship, the boss might even listen to you. But sometimes in some cases, some boss are too selfish. Some are too selfish. When I think the problem started when Mercy said, "I don't want again." EeZee said, "Let's extend it."
Yes,
Because
from 5 years to 12 years.
EeZee has seen, yes, there is prospects.
Yeah.
No, every business person want to do that. Okay, but now when you notice, like I said, when you notice what Mercy did, number one, where she got it right, she didn't extend that contract. That's the number one thing. Let this elapse first of all. Make sure you don't step on their toes. Then have a roundtable talk. If you need to get a lawyer, talk. Then if they are requesting that you buy the catalog, because most times how they do this thing is, if the artist now wants the rights to those masters, just buy it. So if you have a good relationship and you bring a lawyer and talk amicably, roundtable talk. You don't need to go to trials. You don't need to start using, when you start using EFCC, when you start using force, you are complicating the matter. You know, there is this series I also advise on persons to watch. You know, if you are doing anything legal, it's Suits. It teaches you a lot. Most 100% or 95% of the cases that was won in Suits never went to court. It was on roundtable talk. Roundtable talk. You could always settle. Now, Dr. Stephen Akintayo has weighed into the matter and they have agreed to settle. If Mercy, right, or EeZee never started dragging each other using force, but I think it was Mercy that actually called force on EeZee, actually, that sued him or stuff like that. I stand to be corrected anyways. But if they never brought in that, aggressive way, and they would have had a talk. Come on, they had a relationship.
Yeah,
what happened to it?
They did. They
you understand?
Tinko video surfaced.
So if I know that EeZee wanted to extend, because every businessman want to eat more. It is not, see, this music thing, every music exec is not really that easy to put your money on an artist.
Taking risk.
It's a gamble. Nobody knows the artist. It's a gamble. You can invest 100 million in an artist and the song will never be accepted by the people. That's a waste. It has happened over and over and over again. So it's a risk. And taking that risk, picking someone that never had a name, putting all those money, you are never sure whether this person was going to become big. Putting all those things, and at the end is paying off. You want to get more. Trust me.
Yeah.
You understand? But sometimes it can become selfish. Now, Mercy said, "I don't want." But I think, like I said, don't use aggressive force. Don't try to, just have a roundtable talk. With that relationship that you have already, have a roundtable talk.
Wow.
Very important.
Wow. Have a roundtable talk. Wow, it has been a very informative and interesting ride here with Mr. Praise Okoye. And trust me, you want to learn more and go and do more research, as you have heard from us today. All right, as we have already said, having gifts is not enough. Having potential, having skills are not enough. Or just relating with your church people may not be enough if you want to make a name in your music ministry. There is a place for music industry where you try to balance and know how business works outside the church, outside the four corners of the Christian community. And that's why we are imploring every music minister that want to make a name like names we have around town now. You should be informed on what to do and when to do them. Mr. Prince said, don't sign any contract that you know you are not sure of. Why not get somebody who is well acquainted with knowledge, and let's get to know what the contract is about, and then we sign it. And then we are all good. And there will not be any saga like this. And people will not bastardize the name of Christ because of us. All right. Thank you very much, Sir Okoye. Thank you. It was a very informative ride. We wish to have you next time and have a great conversation than this. So here at Quest to Know, we question the norm and we challenge the status quo. Bye for now.